See if anybody said. A lot of people have been saying they've missed me going live. So I just wanted to see if anyone was gonna be available for right now. And if not, that's okay too. We should show off some animals. See, maybe I'll show you guys some animals. Over here we got Harry. Oh, we also got, let's see. Hey, David. Lisa! I was just getting ready to show you guys some animals. Well, no one was here. But let me, ooh, hello. Flip this around. Harry's in here. He's sleeping though. Hello. Say hello. Got all of my mice over here. All my breeders and stuff. There's a baby hopping around back there. And then Harry is in here, but it's daytime, so daytime means sleeping. There he is. He's mad. He's like, don't get too close to me. He's mad. Hi. All right, we'll leave you alone. Let's see. I miss you guys too. Yeah, I'm really sad about Bumble. I am really sad about Bumble. Let's see, I can show you here is Remy. Hi, Remy. Say hello. Hi. Hello. He's growing some feathers back because he had plucked. Yes, you did. You plucked a little bit. You did. You did pluck a little bit, didn't you? Uh-huh. You did? Yes. Are you a good boy? Yeah, you are. So how is everybody doing? Yep, this is my birdie. This is Remy. He is a Quaker parrot. They go by different names: monk parakeet, Quaker parrot. But yeah, he's a funny guy. Yes, you are. You are a funny guy, aren't you? Yeah. Where are you going? He's got a basketball hoop back there. Do you see it on the back? And he uses it, that little dangling plastic ball. Sometimes I end up seeing it in the basket because he does do it. Hi, what are you doing? Are you a good boy? You just took a poop right there on the floor in front of me. You had to raise up your butt to do it? Huh? Did you? Are you crazy? You have a cattle dog named Bo? Oh, cattle dogs are so pretty. I'm doing all right, David. Doing all right. Every now and then, off and on, I'm dealing with depression and stuff like that. But hello. And I've just been sick. I still have a cough and a sniffle, but I'm feeling tons better. But last week was miserable. Wasn't it, Remy? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Hey, Bob, how are you doing? Just showing off some of my animals. Remy is new to the family. He came right before New Year's. Like New Year's Eve was what, Tuesday? And he had come home the Sunday before. So a couple days before New Year's Eve. This is new to the family. And then I got a hairless hamster named Harry, who we just looked at. And then he wasn't too happy about it. He was like, stop staring at me. I'm trying to sleep. Right, Remy? He was. You're leaving California? Didn't you just move there? Like, you're leaving now? Take you up to see the rats, too. They're in a new cage. So let's go this way. Oh, Remy just decided to yell because I walked away. I'm going up to my son's room because the rats, he needs to clean up in here, man. All right. This is the new rat cage. Nice and big, tons to do. There's Moo Moo. Hi, Moo Moo. There's my Lexi girl. They're making a mess down here. And Raina. And Lena. Moo Moo. Sputniks. There's somebody in here. I think Sarai is in there. Could be wrong. And then there's Maddie and I think Mocha, I think, are up in that one. Segura is up in that one. Then there's a bunch in this tunnel, or at least a couple. This thing is getting hairy, man. They shed. Yes. Lots of toys. You got 40 acres in Arizona now. Wow. Oh, you were born in, okay. Hey, hanging with Mr. J, how are you doing? Mike Humphrey, how are you? Moo Moo's thirsty. Oh, I just missed Lexi. I should have had the camera on her. She just yawned real big. Down here, she just yawned real big, didn't you? Yes. Lots of room in here, lots of fun, lots of stuff to do. Hey, there's a Sputnik down on the ground. I didn't even notice that. Hi, Lexi. It has been a very long time since I went live. It feels like. Dee is here. Hello, Dee. Oh, so I think there are little treat balls down there now. He ordered some treat balls. How many animals do we have? Well, there are 11 rats in here, I believe. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing somebody. There might be more. Oh, 10. There's 2 in there. There's another one somewhere. I'm missing a body. But yeah, there are, I think, 11 rats in here. And only 4 of them belong to my son. The rest of them are mine because I'm crazy. And then, let's see, I've got a Pac-Man frog. I've got 4 hermit crabs. I've got a rabbit. I've got a bird. I've got a hairless hamster. I've got 2 dogs and a cat. I think that covers everybody. And I've got fish tanks. I've got a goldfish tank and a couple of beta tanks. I got a donkey named Merle after Merle Haggard. Once we get him once in there. Oh, a donkey. This here is Raina. This is my baby. This is Ian's baby, my son's baby, Raina. This is my Lexi. Riley looks like she's got something going on with her eye again. She just had antibiotics for her eye. She may need some more. Luckily, we still got drops. And this is one of his babies, too. Sagira, that's sticking her face out. She is also his. And then Soraya, that was out here, is his. The rest of them are mine. Remy is downstairs squawking up a storm. Let's go down there. All right. Go down, see Remy, because Remy was barking just a little bit ago. He likes to bark. Now he's making noise. What is up, Remy? Huh? What is up with you? You noisy. Huh? Are you noisy? You are. Yes, you are. Yep, lots of animals. Thank you, Lisa. Hello, Remy. He likes to imitate kissing. You're not going to imitate it now, though? He knows how to say step up. And he imitates barking dogs, which is what he was doing while we were upstairs. Weren't ya? You were. You were. All right, Bob. Thanks for stopping in. Safe journey to Arizona. And I want to see your donkey when you get him. Thank you, Mr. J. Yep, he's a good boy. Yeah. Oh, you're going to get me? You're going to get me, are you? Oh, the kitty wants attention. What you doing? Huh? What you doing? He gets mad when he like loses his footing and falls to the bottom of the cage, and he'll squawk. He has an angry squawk. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I didn't push you. Yeah, I didn't push you. You have 8 dogs today? Wowza. That's a lot of dogs. Let's see. Hairless Hammy again. He's in the corner sleeping, so he'll probably be angry at me. Oh, yep, he's angry already. There he is. It's like, I am trying to sleep. He sleeps during the day. He gets out and does his stuff during the night. Yeah, he's like, dude, I want to go to sleep. And let's see. My brown baby mice that are weaned and on their own, they are sleeping, so I won't even show them. Got these mousers. These are my breeders. Let's see how many there are in there. I have to change this water. So speaking of which, it's down to here. I'm going to have to give them more water. They go through it really fast because there's that many of them in there. And then Stanley, Stanley is the dad of Colorful Babies. He's not out right now. He made his bed right there. I got to clean this out. That's like a pile of poop. This down here does not get dirty fast, but look at all the stuff he brings up. And he makes his bed here. Like a crazy thing instead of down in the cage where there's more airflow. That's where he makes his bed. So I can't see Stanley right now. He's sleeping. Oh, Pac-Man Frog. Let's see. He is back in there, the yellow blob. I got to pull out. That's a big piece of poop that I got to pull out. The hermit crabs are all hiding. They're all buried. Let's see. These are just empty shells. Yeah, they've buried themselves. So everybody's missing. My betta fish. My betta fish. And then here's these guys. I gotta do some water changes, especially because I was sick. So, big old snail. There's one back there too. But yeah, and then this is my husband's fish tank. So there's our Jack Dempsey back here. I don't think Blue is out. Blue is missing. Our Pleco needs to do some cleaning. There's our Pleco back there. Where are you? I can't see you. Hi, Remy. Parrots can get owly. What do you mean by owly? My aunt had 2 parakeets. Aw. Old school funk. He likes listening to other birds chirping. In fact, when I replayed my video, my mail call video, and the chirping that he did at the end of the video, he was chirping in response to hearing himself chirp. I did. I even had Bumble scheduled for surgery, and he didn't make it for surgery. Oh, owly me. Yes, he gets cranky. He has bitten me. I've got on my knuckle there. That's where he bit me. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But yeah. And having the frog is pretty cool. I mean, he's not active. He's kind of a lazy blob. Um, hey Chris, how are you? He doesn't do much moving. He'll sit there and bury himself, come out to eat. Um, and he doesn't even come out to do much. He just unburies himself and sits there as the same blob he always is. And if the food decides to come near him, he'll lunge for it and call it a day. And that big pile of poop was last, he was in that spot, and then he poops, and then he finds a new spot. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yeah, birds yell at themselves. Yep, he definitely will yell at himself or at other birds. So sometimes that I'll just play a video that has birds chirping just so he can have some quote unquote interaction. Right? Yes. Yes. Bella's doing the Bella wiggle on the floor. Oh, no, she's not. My border's like the westerns for the horses. Yeah, I put music on for Remy when I was gone because no one was here and I didn't want it to be silent. So I put some music on and it was like classic rock or whatever. And I guess my husband had come home at one point. Um, and he texted me, he goes, "I like how you have Remy listening to Sammy Hagar." And I'm like, well, it's just classic rock. I didn't know who was going to be playing. Right? Yes. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy? Yes, you are. He's growing some feathers back around his neck because he plucked them, didn't you? You did. You plucked them. What are you doing? Every now and then he'll lose his footing and he like ends up fluttering to the bottom of the cage. And then he's like, "Mah, mah." He yells at himself. Yes, you do. You get angry that you fell. You do. You get angry. He likes coming on the door and then I open it. Hello. 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 What are you doing? Are you eating the phone? Don't eat the phone. Are you silly boy? Hi. Hmm? Really? You're a funny guy. He loves watching himself on the phone. If I record him and then I play it back and let him watch it, he kisses the phone. He has paused the video with his tongue. Haven't you? You have? You have? Yes. What a good boy. What a good boy. Yes. Are you trying to eat the phone? That's not nice. That's not nice. My parrot Alfie flew away for 3 days and came back home. Who gets their bird back? Oh, yeah, he knew where to get his food, didn't he? He knew where to get his food. Remy's wings are clipped, but they were clipped before I got him. I haven't decided if I'm going to clip him again or just let him be flighted. I want him to trust me a lot more before I allow him to be flighted because I don't want him to fly away and not want to come back. Hey, Jeff, how are you doing? I bet. That's awesome that it came back. What was that? That's a new noise. What are you doing? So I have watched how-to videos on clipping because got to do it right. They have blood feathers, and if you clip the wrong feathers and you clip too close or whatever, it's basically like quicking a dog's nail, and you don't want to clip their blood feathers. Hello, you want to come up? Do you want to come up? Mm-hmm. Do you want to come up? Don't bite me. That's not nice. Yeah, we had a parakeet return to work. They said that he had an injured wing. He was bleeding and everything. Somebody had clipped his blood feather. And they claimed they didn't do it. They said that we did, which we don't clip their wings. If corporate did it, only one wing was clipped. That's the thing. When you looked at his wings, one wing was clipped, one wing wasn't. And if corporate was going to clip their wings, they would have done both. And really? And so I suspect that they clipped it and they did it wrong and made it bleed. And then they just didn't want to deal with the injury. So they passed the buck and brought him back. So he's got to heal up his little wing there. And he's a cute little parakeet. You want up here? You're just going to... You can't force him to step up or he will bite. Hey. You want up? Or no? Yep, they claim that it was already done, that the clipping was already done, and that he bumped it or something. And I'm like, well, if corporate clipped it, I don't know how long we had him, but with all the other parakeets he would have been with, I guarantee you at some point it probably would have been bumped, and he never bled when he was with us. So I really don't think that it was corporate that clipped it too short. I do think it was those people, and they just didn't want to admit it. So, yeah. I think so, Remy. I think so. Why don't you come up here? Why don't you come up here? No? Should I close you back in? Huh? What you think? You're just gonna eat my sweater? Was that a yes? You're just gonna eat my sweater? Huh? Why don't you come? Why don't you come? We can do the stream together. You come here? Nope, he doesn't want to. He's a temperamental bird. You don't want to? You gonna eat the camera? Say, what's this thing in my face? You got some new feathers back here on your head. They're still in their casings. Yes. What you doing? You can't eat my phone. You can't eat it. This was the old rat cage, actually. So it really was kind of convenient that Ian ordered a bigger cage for the rats, and then this became empty and Remy could go in it. We just took the platforms and the ramps out, and then I stuck in his perches and stuff. You want to come up here? You're just gonna eat my sweater? Huh? Come here. No biting. Biting's not nice. No. Can you come? No? All right, I'm closing you back up. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was not nice of you. Not nice of you. Uh-huh. All right. We're just gonna go over back and sit down. Oh, I could show you Hera. Hi, Hera. She's got cardboard down here. I gotta sweep the floor. There's like bits of hay, bits of hair. Hay and hair, hay and hair. Why are you over there? I can't show you when you're way over there. I'm gonna fall down. There we go. Hello. Hello. Look at all this hair. Yes. You're a hairy girl. Yep. Stanley's still sleeping. All right. Ooh, hello. All righty. My chat. Work is going all right. I have to work tonight, actually. So, yay for that. I know, in Australia, that's terrible. And I want to actually get some yarn and crochet some things because they need pouches and mittens and things like that for the koalas and the joeys and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's a really good idea. And I can't believe that from what I have heard, these fires were not just an act of God, they were deliberately set. And that just angers me because so many animals have been killed and I've read somewhere where officials are saying that even if they're rescued from the bushfires, that they should be put down. Because once they're rehabilitated, they're not going to be able to be returned to the wild and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's not their fault. That's not their fault. Why should they die because a bunch of somebodies were stupid and cruel? And I've seen some of the articles, and I get tears in my eyes just looking at the sad pictures of the koalas and the kangaroos, and oh my gosh. So sad. I've got a headache going on. I'm gonna take something here. I still got medicines sitting on the table from when I was sick. So yes. Let me see if I can pull something up. Like about 183 people, I could have sworn I read, were arrested for deliberately setting the fires. Let me pull it up. Remy's making some noise. Yeah, too many animals are losing their lives over this, over somebody's stupidity, and they're suffering so bad. Let's see, I'm trying to pull up, because I'm seeing a lot of the articles on Facebook. So I want to pull up Facebook. Gotta remember my password. Okay. So I go to my, because I think I shared an article, and it was, are you gonna load or what? Sorry, guys. Darn cough. All right. I was just waiting for my computer to load. So yeah, here I've got, I also a couple hours ago shared some pictures, and there's pictures of like little Joeys wearing diapers and their bandaged legs and feet, and bandages on the koalas, and oh my gosh. Let's see. Down here. Yes. 183 people have been arrested for deliberately starting bushfires in Australia. So let me pull up the article. It says, arson is not caused by climate change. Row breaks out over real cause of Australia's bushfires after it emerges more than 180 people have been arrested for starting them. 24 people have been charged with bushfire-related offenses this fire season. A further 53 people arrested for failing to comply with state-imposed fire bans. At least 25 people have died, and 1,500 homes have been destroyed. Some have seized on arrests to say that impact of climate change is overstated. Now, I do believe in climate change. Don't get me wrong, I do. But people are deliberately setting these fires. People who light fires, I think they get 5 years in jail. I think it's huh. $5,000 fine and 5 years in jail. Sounds fitting. Should be more. But yep, Christ is coming, and they're gonna have to answer for their actions. For sure, for sure. It just breaks my heart seeing the pictures of the animals. Climate change has nothing to do with the humanitarian crisis unfolding down under. More than 180 people have been arrested, accused of deliberately lighting bushfires since the start of the horror season, which has left 25 dead and destroyed more than 2,000 homes on the New South Wales south coast there, where at least 9 people have died since the fire season picked up in October. 29 blazes have been deliberately lit. Why do people do that? So far, 24 people across the state have been charged with starting blazes in the bush, while a further 159 have been charged or cautioned over less serious fire offenses. Makes me sad. But yeah, so there's that. It kills me. And I've got an article that says koalas need mittens and blankets, so people are crafty people are making mittens and blankets for them for their burnt paws and stuff like that. Right? We'll kill ourselves first, exactly. Exactly, Mr. J. I agree. I agree. I don't understand. I don't understand people. Like even around here, where there be articles of I just saw an article about a puppy who'd been shot with a BB gun like 18 times. Just people sicken me. And then years ago, I had read about, I think it was around here someplace, I believe, where teenagers set fire to a possum just to torture it. Just set fire to a possum, and she was pregnant. And oh, I people, people enrage me. My husband says that's why he doesn't like people. He doesn't like people. He doesn't have friends because he doesn't like people, and he doesn't want to deal with people. That's what he tells me. So, yeah. Yeah. Cannot understand the mind and soul or lack thereof of a demon. Yep. They have no feelings. And the thing is, like, there are people, though, you see when something happens to them, that's when you see their feelings come out. That's when you see that they have feelings and a heart when something is happening to them. But I don't understand how they can turn around and be so heartless to someone else. And maybe it's because misery loves company and they want to hurt people the way they've been hurt. But see, that's where my head can't wrap around it, because if I've gone through something, I don't want somebody else to have to go through it. If I, being bullied in school, I didn't turn around and become a bully, because I knew what it was like. My my husband and I both were cheated on in our marriages. He doesn't have to worry about me cheating on him. I don't have to worry about him cheating on me, because we both know how it feels to be cheated on. We're not going to do the same thing to somebody else. So, like, I don't understand. Like, if you know how something hurts, why do you inflict it on others? I don't understand it. Yep. And that's what we're called to do, even in the Bible, is lifting up others. Like if you do not have anything uplifting to say, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. You're supposed to show God's love by being uplifting, not tearing somebody down. What are you doing over there? Are you laughing? Are you laughing? He just said, step up. He wants out. But yeah, I just don't understand. I think times like this is the reason. Yes. And I would love to have an animal rescue. If I had land, I would totally have an area strictly for taking in animals. I totally would. Place for animals to run, and yeah, I would totally have a rescue. What are you doing over there? Huh? I offered to have you come out and sit with me. You didn't wanna. He's making noises. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but he's being funny. I wish I had. Here, I could see if I can play something that's gonna get him squawking. I can go to YouTube and find. Let's see. Need to find. What noises are you making? Bird noises. Bird squawks. Bird noises. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. It needs to be. Let's see if this works. Can you hear that, Remy? Oh, that was really close to me. Sorry. He's making noise, but he's not. These aren't making you squawk. Let's see. Need to hear. With so many uh-oh. An ad? Oh, hello. Whoa. You can look up my nose. All right. Can you hear that? Maybe I'll do this. I'll do this right now. He is making noise. Let's see. He's just not being extremely loud. Let's see. He's chirping in response. I'll go over here. Do you hear the birdies? I know you hear the birdies. Now that I'm standing over near him, he's not going to make any noise. Ah. Hi. Oh, See, guys got to see my double chin and everything. Where are you going? All right, he doesn't want to cooperate. I'll turn off the birds. Oh. All right. Here I am. I haven't done anything to myself this morning. Average girl, nope, she wasn't here. I don't know why she's not here. I should message her and say, hey. Now he's making noise because I walked away. So everybody had a good Christmas and New Year. I was sick for my New Year. I was sleeping. I rang in the New Year unconscious. My poor husband, he spent the New Year by himself because I was sleeping. New Year's Eve anyway. Good. Yeah, we went to Chicago a couple days after Christmas, and we went to the Field Museum, and then we went to Medieval Times, and that was awesome as always. It's the second time we've gone. This year we took my son. And yeah, it was good. And I'm glad that I didn't get sick until after we got back, because that would have been miserable. But we got back on Sunday, the Sunday after Christmas, picked him up the day we got back, Remy, the bird. And then I was sick ever since. Yeah, Medieval Times is really cool. We went through the torture chamber. My husband and I had gone through last year, so my husband didn't go through this year, and you like the tickets for it are like $2 a piece. But he didn't buy himself a ticket, and I went through with my son, and we looked at all the torture devices, and then it'll tell you what they used each one for. And it's just, they were cruel back then, man. They were cruel. Those torture devices were nasty. And I still have a carnation. The stem broke off, but I got the carnation bloom, and I've got it sitting in a glass of water. So it hasn't died yet, thankfully, but you didn't want me to torture him. But then one of the night that we were cheering for during the show, threw a carnation to me. My husband was like, oh, flirting with the night. And I'm like, it's the only time I could get away with flirting. That I could flirt with the night and get a carnation. It's pretty cool because you sit in the stadium eating dinner, and they put on a show in the stadium, and they got horses, they got a lot of horses. Many of the times it's as expensive as it is, because they cost so much that they have to do, like all the meals that they have to prepare. They do 3 shows, I think 3 shows a night. They have to take care of all the horses. They take care of the horses. My sound went wacky. Oh, that's interesting. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Is it fixed? I'm a Martian? Let me see. Let me see if I can fix it. Is that better? I left and came back. Is that better? Ah! Did it fix with me leaving and coming back? Woohoo! Good, good. But yeah, they have to charge a lot for their shows and their dinners because they put a lot into it. I mean, they've got to rehearse. They have to put on their shows every like they put on more than one show every day. And they have to make those meals. Like they're pretty much sold out every show. Um, they've got all the horses they've got to take care of. Um, they buy new lances or they make whatever new lances because they break the lances they're using every show they break. So I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah, and then I was like, I wonder how because like there's sand in the stadium, like it's like one big litter box for the horses because if they poop, then there's somebody that goes in there with this ginormous kitty litter scoop and scoops up the poop. Um, but they're like running around in there and falling and all of that. And I'm like, I wonder if they have to wash sand out of their hair every night. Like every day they go home, they're washing sand out of their hair. Oh, no sand in our food, thankfully. Nope. But you do have to eat your food with your fingers. There are no utensils in the medieval times. So you get chicken, a piece of garlic bread, chicken, corn on the cob, a baked potato, and like tomato bisque. And you have to eat all of that with your fingers. So when you get your tomato bisque soup, you drink it. And everything else you eat with your fingers. And then they provide wet naps, or medieval wet naps for your greasy fingers. Definitely they're gonna have sand in their clothing. And there's cracks. There's more than one location for medieval times. The one that we went to is in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago, so they still consider it Chicago. Deerskin naps, yeah. And then there's one in Texas. There's one in Toronto. Um, there's one in Florida. I'm trying to remember the other locations, but yeah. So there's more than one location to go to them. And they are expensive. I mean, we got our tickets with Black Friday sales. So we got the Queen's package, which is the most expensive ticket at a discount. So, and we got 3 tickets, one for me, one for my son, one for my husband, and they ended up being $70 a piece, I believe. And I think regular price they're about 90. Um, but and it's funny, they'll come around with the food and they called the chicken um baby dragon. The so we're eating baby dragons. The baked potato was a dragon egg. Uh, the corn on the cob was dragon scales, and they came around with dessert was just like a little bit of ice cream or whatever with caramel sauce on it, and they called it dragon snot. So we had dragon snot for dessert. But yep, it was definitely, and it's definitely yummy, like yummy food. And if you happen to be vegetarian, they you do just tell them when they'll be like, and they'll come by and say, "Are there any restrictions?" And if you say yes, then they when they serve everybody else's food, then they come back with yours, which is different. He was sitting next to me. He was sitting next to me when I got my carnation. But the nice thing is with the Queen's package, the Queen's package is the first two rows of the stadium. So last year we were in the very first row. This year we were in the very first row, just further down. So he could have that night was he practically handed me the carnation because we were like right there. That's the cool part about having the Queen's package is that you're right up front. Like I could feel the breath of the horse on me. They lower a net when they're jousting and stuff because they don't want the wooden shards to come flying out at you. But um before they did the jousting and stuff, the net was up. It was pretty cool. Yeah. They don't want you to end up getting your eyes poked out with the shards of their jousts or their lances. Get a leaf from the moat. That's funny. Hello. Hello. Really? Really? Oh my goodness. Mm. Mwah. My kitty kitty. Oh, my live chat went away. Ah, my live chat went away. I can't see what you saying. Oh, it's back. Eight dogs. You got the attention of eight dogs there, Shadow. Where'd you go? Hi. You got the attention of eight dogs. Remy's being quiet now. He's so good too at night in the evening when it starts getting dark. He starts to settle down. We've got a platform in there that the rats used to use, and he sleeps on that. And he starts to settle in on there in the evening, and then when I'm ready for bed, I just cover him up. But he doesn't peep. He doesn't peep until he's uncovered in the morning. He's nice and quiet at night. I have got a headache. Headache. He does get cozy. Hey, Mystic, how are you? I have to be at work at 5. Be at work at 5. He's doing good. He is he's still got his fingers crossed that he's not going to get sick. It's 1:15 right now. He was worried that he was going to get sick, catch it, but he should be fine because he hasn't kissed me since I got sick. So, I mean, he's kissed my cheek and given me a hug or whatever, but he hasn't kissed me otherwise because he doesn't want me to give him my germs. Somebody's chirping. As far as I know, he hasn't told me that he's not feeling good or anything. He was out of town this week. Gets back tomorrow. He was mostly concerned that he'd be sick while he was out of town. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah. I had heartburn last night. I hate heartburn, especially when I'm trying to sleep. I finished my drink. I brought my son to work this morning. He works at Taco Bell, and because I have to take him, it's a 45-minute drive, and because I have to drive him there because he doesn't have his license yet or a car to take himself, his boss gives me free food when I get there. So I had breakfast for free because he appreciates me driving him every day. Which he's still switching. He put in his 2 weeks notice and he's applying for jobs around here because it gets to be a lot of gas to drive every day. Heartburn and a headache sounds like a tune. Oh, that's that sucks. Stomach bugs are awful. I'd rather have what I had any day. I may have felt like death all week, but I'd rather do that than a stomach bug any day. Probiotics aplenty. Drink some water. I don't know why I suddenly have a headache. I mean, I was fine this morning. I drove my son and I started feeling like I was getting a headache while I was driving back home. It was the food. The food gave me a headache. Oh no. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a long time and you changed your name back. Barry is going to be so mad that he missed this because he's been wanting me to go live. Barry Ward or Barry the Sonic King. He's been wanting me to go live. Um, kind of when things went south with me and a certain other person, he followed. Sadly. Um, lost a few people during that just because, if one person says something, everybody else follows. Yeah. I mean, what can you do? It's all right. It's all right. I'm not really sure what to say. It's just, it was a disappointing time, but it's been a little while now, and if that's how it needs to be, then I guess so be it. I'm not gonna dwell. Yep, exactly. Yep. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I take things personally and I need to not, so like when stuff happens, I tend to take it to heart and then it bothers me. And I was like, you know what? They're probably not losing sleep over it. Why am I going to? Yep. Anyway, I think, how long have I been on? I've been on an hour and 15 minutes, but I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, see if I can get rid of this headache. I got some dishes to do before I go to work. Um, but I did want to come on here because it has been a very long time. Exactly. Yep. Because I take my friendships to heart too. Like My friendships are important to me, and I this doesn't mean that I'll never say or do something that's stupid, and vice versa or whatever, but that's where forgiveness comes to play. And you know, some people just don't want to do that. They just want to do away with the whole entire friendship because a mistake was made, or a stupid decision happened, or whatever. Like, nobody's perfect. um and if you can't like people even for their faults, so be it. All right, guys, well, I will talk with you later. I enjoyed talking with you. I'll have to do these more often. I don't know about every day, because that just becomes overloading. Um, but maybe I might do it a couple of times a week. I'll see. I'll see how it goes. But I missed you guys, and I'm glad that I came on. And I will talk with you guys later.